Hello, honorable members of the clan. So let's go to the Madanga Commission of Inquiry. That was the whole purpose of the previous video, to go to the Madanga Commission of Inquiry. So here we were this morning, and what's her name? Senior Counsel Silo introduces the next witness, and the next witness, he is virtually Kat Matlala. It was as if there was some kind of magic. One moment he's here, the next is gone. Because that's literally what happened. Kat Matlala wearing a suit and tie, looking all dapper. And he was responsive and he looked pretty healthy. So there was some documentation that was not completed, which also includes Kat Matlala's statement that is going to be delivered tomorrow, the 8th of July. And so the evidence leader, Silos SC, she then applied for a postponement of Kat Matlala's appearance in the Madanga Commission to the 15th of July. That will be a day after my birthday also. It's a good thing that I will be fully focused on Kat Matlala's testimony on the 15th of July. And that was it. He was whisked away. And we're like, oh. I mean, I saw the comment sections of SABC going lit. Guys, especially ladies, I'm asking this sincerely. Bad boy thing. What's up with the bad boy thing? When you see a person like Kat Matlala and suddenly you've forgotten about all the things that he's involved and accused of, and you are focusing on that are very shallow, in my opinion. Is this bad boy thing real? Like, oh, Mina, I'm attracted to bad boys. Hey, bo. And then we have Nandipa Makutumana, who was a doctor, a whole doctor. She's still a doctor, by the way. Once a doctor, always a doctor. And bad boy thing, I get strong. I mean, I give up. I don't want to lie. But anyways, after Kat Matlala was excused, this is when Matthew Chaskelson, senior counsel, took the floor and continued from the WhatsApp chats between Feroz Khan or General Khan, this Valley or Valley, and some, I forget what's his name, that other dude. But there's a guy that gets introduced. There's a guy that gets introduced. So in 2016, this very guy blocked me on Twitter. That I don't give a rat's tail about him anyways. And I always said, one day the truth will come out about who he really is. I did say this. One day the truth will come out who he really is. And here we are now. And this is not it. There are far more other stuff that one day we are going to hear. His name and his political party are going to be mentioned. This is just a drop in the bucket, or probably a drop in the ocean. Julius Malema gets introduced, and Julius Malema gets, actually, in my opinion, Julius Malema gets used by Feroz Khan to get rid of the Inspector General of Intelligence by trying to trap him so that he lies in Parliament during a Q&A. And that particular question was prepared by Mbuyiseni Ndlozi as the spokesperson and member of Parliament back in those days. And I did say when Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, when he started Papela acting like an intellectual, I said, I hope after leaving the EFF, no scandal where now we're going to be using against you. But hey, so far, we are not hearing much about Ndlozi, but we are hearing a lot about Julius Malema. But if you hear a lot about Julius Malema, surely on Ndlozi, Floyd Shivambu, everybody may have known where the money was coming from, so that they are able to call marches and hire aeroplanes to get to the march, hire not hire airplanes, but buy tickets for people to go to these marches, whether at court or whatever the case might be. EFF couldn't be getting that much money from Parliament and IEC. I think one is called Constituency Fund and the other one is called Political Fund. And since they are number 4 in Parliament, they probably take roughly around 10 million rand per quarter, or less. Could be less, maybe 5 million rand per quarter. Ranking number 4. I think so. So when you look at Izinto that they were doing, you had to ask, because on top of that, printing of T-shirts, food, accommodation, medical, some whatever that might happen in marches, or when they're going to court to make a fool of themselves. Where did that money come from? So now we are finding out that, EFF gets involved in tenders. Guys, everything that I'm saying is alleged thus far. So, allegedly. Everything I'm saying, and as I'm going to continue talking, are alleged. So now these WhatsApp chats, they are quite damning from where I'm standing, because it involved cases. Like, they will bring a docket to Farouz Khan to look at and make a matter disappear, allegedly. Hey, Bobafet. You know, as you're sitting there, you're thinking, is your name going to be called too? Like, what would they call your name? What would they call your name? So, for me, I'm just going to speak my mind on this matter. I feel like the issue of illegal foreigners that got Julius Malema all worked up to a point where he wanted intelligence to get involved in protecting illegal foreigners. I think because people have been getting away with things in South Africa, my suspicion is somehow, Farouz Khan needed to get somebody in Home Affairs who is going, because they already have probably a list, or they have the illegal foreigners that they were going to line up at Home Affairs, and they all be given identity documents. That is if it hasn't happened yet. But it sounded to me like Farouz Khan was going to find somebody in Home Affairs who was going to help the EFF to document every illegal foreigner in South Africa. And he was going to get away with it. Why was he going to get away with it? Again, these are allegations and this is my speculation. Because South Africa is lawless. What are the chances that after this is discovered, we are actually going to find these illegal foreigners? They'll be South Africans. And they will tell you, I followed all the protocols for me to get a South African ID. Which now makes you question the Pakistanis themselves with the ANC. The ANC has been in charge of Home Affairs for a very long time. And it's not now that the ANC saw the decline of support. Remember, prior to 2024, in 2019, ANC got 56 or 57% of the votes. That was a clear indication that people of South Africa were no longer interested in the ANC. So to bring back those numbers, what do? When you are in charge of the most important apparatus of the state to actually, raise those numbers. Hence, now we have Pakistanis like freely and proudly campaigning for the ANC. So for some reason, Julius Malema may have known this, and he might have gone to ANC and says, you did it. Otherwise, I'm going to expose you. So we also want the same thing. So you are going to take the Pakistanis, we are going to take the Africans. That is why we keep seeing more and more and more and more Somalis, Ethiopians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis. And when you ask questions, and they keep coming, and when you ask questions, what are they doing here? Nobody gives you answers. The government is not willing to give us answers. What are Bangladeshis doing in South Africa? What war is happening in Bangladesh? What war happening in Pakistan? What war is happening in Ethiopia, Somalia? So you can tell Gutenegger, no, they are hoarding these numbers because I think I don't know what the records are telling them. And if the records are saying they are a voting pool that could get the ANC winning elections, and then EFF taking the second position in parliament, sisemanyaleni bafethu. So that's what I was hearing in my head as I was listening to Chaskelson share these WhatsApp messages about illegal foreigners to Farouz Khan and Operation Dudula. How Operation Dudula was saying they are going to stop illegal foreigners from going to clinics. So how many of those illegal foreigners that, well, not that they hold the South African ID, I don't think so, but EFF was going to go there so that they paint a picture that when you get the IDs, you vote for us. So remember how they even lied of a murder in Alexandra. Turned out that murder didn't even happen. Like, or they say Operation Tutula killed somebody. And they were embarrassed when there was no body. They were so embarrassed. But I think the message was quite loud and clear to illegal foreigners that EFF is fighting for us to be South Africans. And that is why the rallies of the EFF, you will find Nigerians, you'll find Zimbabweans, you will find the entire Africa. And the question is, how many South Africans that are left when you see EFF wearing their red t-shirts and berets on the streets? How many South Africans? Something is going on. And you know when I say that, like, there's something, but I can't put my finger on it. Just know something is going on. But the Pakistanis need to be investigated. They need to be investigated because I think they already have a voting pool enough to keep the ANC high up there. South Africans will be like, but I did not vote ANC. Nami, I didn't. Nami, I didn't. Nami, I didn't. But then how come they are still up there? Now you know. Well, at least we suspect. Let's put it that way. At least we suspect. South Africa is a movie indeed. South Africa is a movie. I hope I'm wrong with my speculations. I really hope so. I'm interested to hear your thoughts, guys, because we need to protect this country. From every angle, we must protect this South Africa of ours. How? Something isn't right. So anyways, the Madanga Commission, I think, I almost said Arthur Chaskelson, Matthew Chaskelson, senior counsel, I think he concluded his WhatsApp conversations from Farouz Khan and Julius Malema and others. I'm just focusing on the Julius one because it affects us directly. All the other stuff, it's intelligence stuff. And but then we're also learning that, you remember how, okay, and I'm jumping all over. Remember how I always ask, where's the intelligence? Yeah, it was getting used for personal use. If I don't like somebody, or another business person is my rival, I just use the intelligence to get rid of them. Instead of them doing analogy, spying, and protecting us from crimes. The economy of South Africa is dying because the intelligence was involved in the very thing they were supposed to be curbing. illicit cigarettes and other illicit products. That's what they were involved in. They couldn't care less about us. Hi, South African gag. President Ramaphosa, please, you found 600 million rand somewhere. Can you find $1 billion for a Madanga Commission to continue? We need this broom. And we need to upgrade it too. Please. We're not going to keep quiet and let the Madanga Commission of Inquiry come to an end when big fish are not caught yet. Otherwise, we are going to start a backup body and we'll give it to the Justice Minister. We'll give it to the Justice Minister so that the Madanga Commission of Inquiry is extended. Yes, sis. Anyways, fellow South Africans, ladies, I but we'll continue fighting until we win. Until we win, as much and much would say. And I agree with that statement. Anyways, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Please let me know. But those are my conspiracy theories about the illegal foreigners. ANC has already gotten its Pakistanis, Ethiopians, and Somalis, I think. But that is why they're looking at us like we're crazy. Did you see in Cape Town what they were doing to South Africans with machetes? They would not do this if they were not protected. They would not do this. They are a voting pool. So EFF wants the Africans from Zimbabwe, Malawi, Zambia, Mozambique, all the way to West Africa. All the way to West. Those are the people he was targeting. Yo. Senzeni bafethu. Senzeni. Anyways, guys, before I get all emotional, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. And now we are all together in taking care of our country and defending her. Thank you so much. Goodbye.